Chapter 20. The Sexual Glands. The gonads of the woman are the ovaries, breasts, and the uterus. The gonads of the man are the testicles, the phallus, and the prostate gland. These are the generative, reproductive, or sexual endocrine glands within which the salvation or condemnation for human beings is found. An in-depth study of the sexual glands shows us that these glands are governed by Uranus, the planet of Aquarius. The sexual glands have a dual function because not only do they have external secretion, but also internal secretion. Scientists know very well that the ovaries do not only produce ovums. They also generate a marvelous endocrine substance, a very rich elixir that vitalizes the woman and makes her feminine. As an external secretion, the testicles have the ens seminis, the mercury of secret philosophy, that carries spermatozoids. The spermatozoids, which are collected by the prostate gland. The intimate hormonal incretion of the cortex of the testicles is the marvelous force that gives energy to the male and what makes him essentially masculine in the most complete sense of the word. The great female initiate from the 19th century, Helen Petrovna Blavatsky, stated in her book The Secret Doctrine that in the beginning of life was reproduced and perpetuated by means of sprouts or buds. Oh, it's supposed to say we've reproduced. Or by means of fissures or gaps. This was life on Earth. The collective host of Elohim, symbolized by the sexual hologram of Eo, was reincarnated within the three first root races in order to populate the world. They populated the world without the necessity of sexual intercourse, because in those ancient times, humanity was first androgynous and later hermaphrodite. The division into opposite sexes and the reproduction by sexual cooperation transformed the human biped into a beast. The transcendental electricity, the universal creative force, is the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end of all things. Through the sexual force, we can convert ourselves into angels or into demons, into gods or into beasts. In the name of truth, we declare that we will never commit the mistake of recommending sexual abstinence. Intimate self-realization cannot be achieved based on sexual abstinence. The only thing that lunar people will achieve with sexual abstinence is to change themselves with terribly malignant Poisonino-Skirian vibrations. The Poisonino-Skirian vibrations produce in people a high degree of fanaticism and expert cynicism. These types of people were abundant among the great inquisitors. For example, Thomas of Torquemada. During many years of observation and experience, we have proven that the tenebrous Poisonino-Skirian vibrations have the power of awakening the abominable buffer organ. Obligatory sexual abstinence is only for the members of the occult fraternity. Obligatory sexual abstinence is only for the geniuses like Jesus, Hermes, Buddha, Zoroaster, and in general for all the twice-born initiates, the children of the sun, the selected ones, the solar race. In-depth self-realization is only possible in normal men and women. It is understood that a normal man is a male who has normal sexual masculine gonads. It is understood that a normal woman is a female who has normal sexual feminine gonads. Not a single degenerated seed can germinate. This is why intimate self-realization is impossible for either homosexuals or lesbians. An excessive number of pregnancies indicate too much fornication. The karmic outcome of these pregnancies is a sickness known as osteomalacia, or deformities caused by the softening of bones. This is very common in those densely populated countries of Europe and Asia. Several pregnancies deplete the reserves of calcium. Thus, naturally, the bones begin to give way. There is a vulgar saying that states, "Each pregnancy costs a tooth." Many women suffer disturbances in their teeth during their pregnancy. The cooperation among the endocrine glands is marvelous. Some of the endocrine glands act as accelerators of the sexual glands, and others diminish such an action. It has been completely proven that the thymus gland restrains the sexual appetite. Scientists have discovered that the thyroid and pituitary glands exert certain very intimate functions related with the sexual expression. The prostate gland, which is where the seminal fluid, or seminal fluid, the mercury of secret philosophy, is stored, is situated at the base of the bladder, around its neck. A very exceptional importance was always given to the prostate gland by ancient Medic magicians. Since archaic times, the hierophants or kabirs of the sacred initiatic colleges considered the prostate as one of the most important organs for the exercise of high magic. The prostate gland exercises a decisive influence upon the vital fluids that circulate through the nervous system. Through observation and experience, many medics have proven that males become irritable, neurasthenic, marked with suicidal tendencies when their prostate gland is inflamed. Therefore, if their prostate is treated, many of these individuals could be restored and would be able to return to their normal activities. The hypertrophy of the prostate gland is very common amongst the elders. This is due to the hypersecretion of the masculine hormone. Fundamentally, this hypersecretion is due to an over-excitation of the testicles through the gonadotropic hormone secreted by the pituitary gland. Sexual abuse originates prostatic sicknesses. It is known that the ovaries emit an ovum every 28 days in accordance with the lunar cycle. According to the lunar cycle that governs conception, every 28 days, the ovaries emit a feminine egg that is collected inside one of the fallopian tubes and wisely conducted into the uterus, where it has to encounter the masculine germ or zoosperm if another life is to begin. The impelling force performed between the masculine and feminine germs is astonishing when they want to encounter each other. The rich nourishment for the newly born child is formed within the maternal breasts. The maternal milk cannot be replaced by any other food. Menstruation periods define the epoch of feminine sexual activity. During these cycles of passionate impulses, the egg is maturing. It is prepared and ejected towards the uterus for its fecundation. At the same time, certain astonishing, marvelous functional changes are effectuated within the female's external and internal sexual organs. These changes also occur within the micro-laboratories called mammary glands. The uterus is the sacred maternal cloister, the feminine sexual organ within which the fetus is developed. The uterus is the vestibule of the world. Uterine inflammation produces irritability, sadness, and neurasthenia. Biology has discovered that a very intimate alliance exists between the posterior pituitary and the uterus. If some drops of the post-pituitary extract are injected into the circulation, then an intense contraction of the uterus will inevitably happen. Scholars of science still do not assert that they comprehend the reason for the miracle during parturition of the opportune intervention of the post-pituitary endocrine substance, which reaches the uterine cells in order to produce, at the precise moment, the rhythmic contractions which are so necessary in order to expel the child. The sexual force is the creative energy of the third logos. without which nobody would be able to achieve intimate self-realization. To disclose the most profound themes of sexual mysteries within the field of medical science is equivalent to the unleashing of winds enclosed within a skin bag which Aeolus gave unto Ulysses.